As far as the movie is concerned, I've always believed in high concept stories. Sometimes I've been very lucky, sometimes not as much. But I've always stuck to the fact that I want to tell stories that the common man can relate to. So Hisab Barabar is on that line. It's about a guy who loves numbers and accounting, and with his passion for it, he finds out anomalies in the accounting system in the banks, and how this is turning out to be quite a scandal in his life, and what he does to bring down the entire banking system. So I thought it was a fabulous story, and it was very wonderfully directed by our director Ashwini Dheer Saab, who we are missing today, and we're hoping and praying for him. But I think the nervousness doesn't come down. After releasing 90 films, I'm more nervous today than I was during my first film.
Sir, we just interviewed Kirti Ram also. So she told a very funny thing about you, that you really love train romances. So you want to say something about that?
Yeah, it's very strange. From my very first film.
Is it fascinating?
No, but whenever I have romanced on trains, the film has done really well. So, and Alai Paide, which is my first film with Mani Ratnam, which is the original of Satya. From there to, Tanu Veds Manu, everywhere, wherever we've had trains, the film has done well for us. So, I don't plan it, I don't ask for it, but it happens organically, then I think it's very lucky.
So how do you think that we all already know that cinema can change perspective of people about certain projects or certain topics? So this movie talks about corruption in a very comedic way. So your thoughts on that, how cinema is changing perspective of young generations and the like?
I think cinema has always been a very powerful tool. It's not to be taken lightly. If you look at what, for instance, Hollywood does for the US of A, they always show that only the American can save the world, and the only American technology is the best in the world, and the Navy SEALs are the strongest, and you start believing that they are, although sometimes the facts can be quite different. Similarly, I think as a film industry, we've been showing a lot of our Indian culture and our tradition and what our history has been, but we also need to show what the future of the country looks like and what we're doing currently, and it's a tool that everybody should use efficiently, which is what I hope that FTI students do. I'm very proud of what they've achieved so far, but we have a lot of things to do, and I'm sure they will do that too. As far as society changing films that I've been part of, for instance, let us say Guru or Rang De Basanti or Three Idiots, you have seen distinct differences in the way that society and the country functioned right after the release of these films. Rang De Basanti was one of those films that gave rise to the free media. The media took over and became a power to reckon with. Three Idiots became the parents and students' favorite film around the world. So I'm lucky enough and fortunate enough to be part of these filmmakers' stories, and I hope that I can do more films like that and in my own way contribute to society that I think is so essential.
Sir, last two questions. First, IFFI has given a platform to young filmmakers, actors, aspiring actors and filmmakers. So any message for them?
Yes, I think we're going through a great time of turbulence in terms of the content and what is being consumed by the public around the world. I think Western films, Indian films, everybody are struggling. Some films are doing exceptionally well, yet others that were expected to are really falling flat on their faces. So the way the content is delivered and the pacing of the storytelling has to change. And I think people coming here would notice that, and hopefully a new era of filmmaking will quickly rise and make it all very positive for the producers as well.
And the last question. We are in love with Rehna Hai Tere Dil Mein, and we will be till cinema exists. So how did it feel when it re-released in the cinema?
Well, when it first released, it didn't do well. It was a flop. So I remember being heartbroken. I had gone to all the temples and prayed and come back, and I had made sure that I had left no stone unturned to make the film the way it's supposed to. But it was heartbreaking. But little did I realize that fortune and fate had a big story for me. It released after 25 years and made more money than it did originally. So I'm very grateful for the love of the people as well as the audience. And it's wonderful to be recognized for doing a film 25 years later. I'm very, very grateful.